ready to do bedtime stories. I Saw Esau Part 2. Alright, you need to be in your bed. I want your eyes closed so you can go night-night, okay? I know you're very tired, and I want you to have nice, soft, good dreams, okay? Alright, these are called narratives. The boy stood in the supper room, whence all but he had fled. He'd eaten 7 pots of jam, and he was gorged with bread. "Oh, one more crust before I bust," he cried in accents wild. He licked the plates, he sucked the spoons. He was a vulgar child. There came a hideous thunderclap. The boy, oh, where was he? Asked the maid who mopped him up the bread crumbs and the tea. I went downtown to meet Mrs. Brown. She gave me a nickel to buy a pickle. The pickle was sour. I bought me a flower. The flower was yellow. I bought me a fellow. The fellow was sick. I gave him a kick, and that is the end of my arithmetic. Moses was a holy man. Children he had 7. He thought he'd hire a donkey cart and drive them all to heaven. On the road he lost his way. He thought he knew it well. He overturned the donkey cart and landed them in blank. The rain, it raineth all around upon the just and unjust fella, but chiefly on the just, because the unjust stole the just's umbrella. That's a tongue twister. High tiddly it, brown bread. I saw a sausage fall down dead. Up came a butcher with a great big knife. He jumped up the sausage and ran for his life. High tiddly it, brown bread. Oh, the gray cat piddled in the white cat's eye. The white cat said, "Cor blimey, I'm sorry, sir, I piddled in your eye. I didn't know you was behind me." Tom tied a kettle to the tail of a cat. Jill put a stone in the blind man's hat. Bob threw his grandmother down the stairs. And they all grew up ugly, and nobody cares. I'm not so sure. If you throw your grandmother down the stairs, I think somebody's going to care. These are teasing and repartee. Have you got a sister? The beggar man kissed her. Have you got a brother? He's made of India rubber. Have you got a baby? He's made of bread and gravy. I wouldn't be you for half a crown. You kissed a lady and knocked her down. What's your name? Butter and tame. If you ask me again, I'll tell you the same. Tit for tat, butter for fat. If you kill my dog, I'll kill your cat. I beg your pardon, grant your grace. I hope the cows will spit in your face. A cat may look at a king, a man may look at his brother, you may look at an ugly thing, and we all may look at each other. That's for someone who doesn't like to be stared at. These are counting out rhymes. Hinks, minks, the old witch winks. The fat begins to fry. Nobody at home but Jumping Joan, father, mother, and I. Stick, stock, stone, dead, blind man can't see. Every knave will have a slave. You or I must be he. Eggs, butter, cheese, bread. Stick, stock, stone, dead. Stick him up, stick him down, stick him in the old man's crown. As Inty Finty Hallagaloon, the cat went out to get some fun. He got some fun and tore his skin as Inty Finty Hallagaloon. Honorary tour, let's try that again. Onery, twoery, zickery, zan, hollow, bone, crack-a-bone, ninery, 10. Spit, spot, it must be done, twiddle done, twaddle dum, 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know you like to count, so we'll do that one again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All good children go to heaven. Penny on the water, tuppence on the sea, threepence on the railway, and out goes she. These are game rhymes. Up the ladder and down the wall, penny an hour will serve us all. You buy butter, I'll buy flour, and we'll have pudding in half an hour, with salt, mustard, vinegar, pepper, that's all skipping, half a pint of porter, penny on the can, hop there and back again, if you can, and that's all hopping. Mother, mother, I am ill, send for the doctor. Yes, I will. Doctor, doctor, shall I die? Yes, my child, and so shall I. When I die, pray tell to me how many coaches where there'll be. 1, 2, 3, 4. All then we respectable. Cold meat, mutton pies, tell me when your mother dies. I'll be there to bury her. Cold meat, mutton pies. Not last night, but the night before, 24 robbers came knocking at the door. As I ran out to let them in, this is what they said to me. Spanish lady, turn right around. Spanish lady, touch the ground. Spanish lady, do the high kicks. Spanish lady, do the splits. Black currant, red currant, raspberry tart. Tell me the name of your sweetheart. A, B, C, D. I went to my father's garden and I found an Irish farthing. I gave it to my mother to buy a baby brother. My brother was so nasty, I baked him in a pastry. The pastry wasn't tasty, so I threw it over the garden wall. I threw it over the garden wall, die once, die twice, die 3 times and never more, and never no more. Mademoiselle, she went to the well. She didn't forget her soap and towel. She washed her hands, she wiped them dry. She said her prayers, she jumped up high. Tid mid mazir. Carling palm paste egg dray. Sister Sarah died in sin. Dig a hole and put her in. Dig it deep and dig it narrow. Dig it like a wheelbarrow. Set a cup upon a rock. Mark me, one pot. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, hold the horse till I leap on. When I leap on, I could not ride. I fell off and broke my side. I won my mother. I 2 my mother. I 3 my mother. I 4 my mother. I 5 my mother. I 6 my mother. I 7 my mother. I 8 my mother. Adam and Eve and Pinch Me went down to the river to bathe. Adam and Eve were drowned. Who do you think was saved? I went up 1 pair of stairs, just like me. I went up 2 pairs of stairs, just like me. I looked out the window, just like me. I saw a monkey, just like me. I'll go to A, I'll go to B, I'll go to C, I'll go to D, I'll go to E, I'll go to F, I'll go to G, I'll go to H, I'll go to I, I'll go to J, I'll go to K, I'll go to L. Charles I walked and talked half an hour after his head was cut off. Every lady in the land has 20 nails upon each hand, 5 and 20 on hands and feet. All this is true without deceit. Infer terris, inoc nonis, in mood illicer, in clay noner, mercit ots, gotisipetvi. I have no idea. These are insults. He that loves glass without G, take away the L, and that is he. Robinson 1, Robinson 2, biggest monkeys in the zoo. Red, white, and blue, I don't speak to you. Birds of a feather flock together, and so do pigs and swine. Rats and mice will have their choice, and so will I have mine. Still more characters. Charlie, Charlie in the tub. Charlie, Charlie pulled out the plug. Oh my goodness, oh my soul. There goes Charlie down the hole. Caroline Pink, she fell down the sink. She caught the scarlet fever. Her husband had to leave her. She called in Dr. Blue, and he caught it too. Caroline Pink from Chinatown. Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Jews, sold his wife for a pair of shoes. When the shoes began to wear, Nebuchadnezzar began to swear. When the shoes got worse and worse, Nebuchadnezzar began to curse. When the shoes were quite worn out, Nebuchadnezzar began to shout. Annie ate jam, Annie ate jelly. Annie went to bed with a pain in her belly. Who are you? A dirty old man. I've always been so since the day I began. Mother and father were dirty before me. Hot and cold water never came over me. Mary Perry Pinder peeped through the winder. Mother came and smacked her bum and cut her little finger. This is verbal fun. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. I slit a sheet I slit, a new beslitten sheet it was. Let's try that one again. I slit a sheet I slit, a new beslitten sheet was it. I don't know why you'd slit a new sheet. Peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold. Peas porridge in the pot, 9 days old. Spell me that in 4 letters. To a semicircle, add a circle, and the same again repeat. Add to these a triangle, and then you'll have a treat. What's your name? Mary Jane. Where do you live? Wander Lane. What do you do? Keep a school. How many scholars? 22. How many more? 24. What's your number? Cucumber. Railroad crossing, look out for the cars. Can you spell that without any R's? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Book protection. Steal not this book for fear of shame, for in it is the owner's name. And if this book you chance to borrow, return it promptly on the morrow. Or when you die, the Lord will say, where is that book you stole away? And if you say you do not know, the Lord will answer, go below. If this book should chance to roam, box its ears and send it home. Do not steal this book, my lad, for lots of money it cost my dad. And if he finds you, he will say, go to Boston jail today. This book is one thing, my fist is another. Steal not one for fear of the other. Who folds a leaf down, the devil toast brown. Who makes mark or blot, the devil toast hot. Who steals this book, the devil shall cook. Book book desecration. If any man should see this book, he should at note 114 look. If my name you wish to see, look at page 153. By hook or by crook, I'll be the last in this book. By pen or by paint, I'll see that you ain't. By the aid of my quill, you'll be hanged if you will. Loony Latin. Brutus adsum gem forte, Caesar aderit. Brutus sic omnibus, Caesar sic nanit. We're going to skip the Latin. We never got that far in school. They didn't offer it in my school, actually. Roman rulers. Julius Caesar, the Roman geezer, squashed his wife in a lemon squeezer. Julius Caesar said with a smile, 1,760 yards in a mile, said Julius Caesar before the massacre, 4,840 square yards in an acre. Julius Caesar made a law, Augustus Caesar signed it, that everyone that made a sneeze should run away and find it. Greek alphabet. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta. Knock the old witch down and pelt her. Epsilon, zeta, eta, theta. Pick her up and beat her. Funny French. What is this? I did not have language in school. I had a little bit of Spanish, but that was it. Jesus, I'm a pot of jam. Teus, thou art a fool. Il est, he be the biggest ass that ever went to school. 20th century alphabet. A for horses. Hay for horses. A for horses. B for mutton. Beef for mutton. C for yourself. C for yourself. D for dumb. D for dumb. E for brick. Heave a brick. Effervescence. Effervescence. G for police. G for police. H for retirement. H for retirement. I for tower. Eiffel Tower. These don't even make sense. J for George, oranges. Jaffa oranges. K for Terra, cafeteria. L for leather. Hell for leather. M for sis. Emphasis. And okay, we're gonna go through. We'll do those when you're older for the alphabet. Okay. On some famous teachers. I do not like thee, Dr. Fell. The reason why I cannot tell. But this I know, and I know full well. I do not like thee, Dr. Fell. Dr. John Fell, 1625 to 1686, Dean of Christ Church College, Oxford. Wow. I think that's going to be it for this reading. We'll read some more in a while. I think you need to go night-night. Close your eyes. And sleep very well, my friend. Because I love you to pieces. And you need to go night-night. All right? Night-night.